Saladin, born Salah ad-Dīn Yūsuf ibn Ayyūb in 1137, remains a pivotal figure in Middle Eastern history. The introduction to his life and legacy offers a glimpse into the leader who masterfully balanced military prowess with a reputation for chivalry and mercy. Raised in a Kurdish family that provided military service under the Seljuk overlords, Saladin's early exposure to the intricacies of war and governance set the stage for his future as a formidable leader. The significance of understanding Saladin's life and legacy lies in his exceptional ability to unite the Muslim world at a time when it was fragmented. His most notable achievement was the recapture of Jerusalem in 1187 during the Battle of Hattin, which ended nearly 88 years of Crusader occupation. This event not only altered the course of Middle Eastern history, but also left an indelible impact on Christian-Muslim relations. Historians often cite Saladin's chivalrous treatment of defeated crusaders as a defining moment of noble conduct, contrasting with the oft-brutal nature of medieval warfare. One example of Saladin's legacy is his role as an inspiration for subsequent Muslim leaders. His successful campaigns and diplomatic acumen are studied in military academies worldwide, highlighting his strategic innovations. Another real-world application is the use of his image in modern times to foster unity and resistance against foreign domination, serving as a cultural and political symbol in the Arab world. Saladin's approach has been praised by many Western historians and writers, who have viewed him as the archetype of the noble, virtuous enemy. Notable figures like Dante and Scott have romanticized his character, emphasizing his fairness and humanity, which transcended the often demonized image of adversaries in the Crusades. However, Saladin's story is not without its challenges and controversies. While celebrated in the Islamic world, some critics argue that his consolidation of power involved political manipulation and the suppression of rival factions. Additionally, his legacy has been subject to nationalistic reinterpretation, which can oversimplify his complex persona. This exploration of Saladin's life and legacy enriches our understanding of the Islamic Golden Age's political landscape and the enduring influence of charismatic leadership. It provides a foundational perspective that interlinks with broader themes of religious conflict, diplomacy, and the rich tapestry of medieval history, illustrating how one leader's vision can resonate through centuries. The heading Early Life and Education, in the context of a biography on Saladin, refers to the formative years and foundational experiences that shaped the future Sultan of Egypt and Syria. This period is crucial, as it sets the stage for understanding Saladin's later accomplishments, leadership style, and the values that guided his actions. Growing up in the culturally rich and politically dynamic environment of 12th century Mesopotamia, Saladin, whose full name was Salah ad-Dīn Yūsuf ibn Ayyūb, was born into a Kurdish family of noble military status. His early education in the city of Baalbek and later Damascus exposed him to Islamic jurisprudence, sciences, and the martial philosophies that would deeply influence his worldview. The significance of Saladin's early life and education is that it laid the groundwork for his future role as a unifier of Muslim factions during the Crusades. Understanding the cultural, religious, and intellectual influences of his upbringing provides insight into how he achieved remarkable feats, such as the recapture of Jerusalem in 1187 and his reputation for chivalry and mercy. Two real-world examples that highlight the importance of Saladin's early life and education include his relationships with influential figures like Nur ad-Din, the Zengid emir, who recognized Saladin's potential and mentored him, and his exposure to the rich intellectual climate of Damascus, which was a hub of learning at the time. These experiences equipped Saladin with the diplomatic and strategic skills necessary to navigate the complex political landscape of the Middle East. Some historians argue that Saladin's dedication to the principles of Islam and his reputation for fairness were direct results of his early education, suggesting a connection between moral education and effective leadership. However, this view is not without its challenges and controversies. Some scholars contend that Saladin's actions were primarily driven by political necessity rather than purely ideological motivations. Additionally, differing perspectives on his religious zeal, and whether it was genuine or a means to an end, further complicate the narrative. Saladin's early life and education not only influenced his personal development, but also set the stage for his later interactions with both allies and enemies. It is intricately connected to his ability to forge alliances and his lasting legacy as a leader who exemplified both strength and compassion. Understanding this phase of Saladin's life offers valuable insights into the overarching theme of his biography and his enduring impact on history. The rise to power in Egypt and Syria is a crucial chapter in the biography of Saladin, an influential Muslim leader of the 12th century. This phase marks Saladin's ascent from a military officer serving under his uncle, Shirkuh, to becoming the Sultan of Egypt and Syria, ultimately laying the foundation for his legacy as a unifier of the Muslim world against the Crusaders. Saladin's strategic acumen and political astuteness were pivotal in his rise. Initially serving the Zengid dynasty, he found himself in Egypt as part of a campaign to counter the Fatimid Caliphate's instability. Following Shirkuh's death, Saladin was appointed as vizier, a position he used to consolidate power by curbing the Fatimids' influence, eventually ending their dynasty in 1171 and re-establishing Sunni Islam in the region. His control over Egypt provided him with the resources and legitimacy to extend his influence into Syria, creating a unified front against external threats. The significance of this period cannot be overstated. Saladin's ability to unify Egypt and Syria was a turning point in the Muslim resistance against the Crusader states established in the Levant. By consolidating these territories, he not only strengthened his military resources, but also solidified the political and religious unity necessary to confront the Crusaders effectively. Specific examples illustrating this rise include his decisive victory at the Battle of Hattin in 1187, which led to the recapture of Jerusalem, a symbolically significant event that galvanized Muslim sentiments. Another example is the strategic marriages and alliances he forged, enhancing his authority and integrating diverse Muslim factions under his banner. Saladin's rise is generally viewed positively in both Western and Eastern historical narratives. He is often celebrated for his leadership qualities and chivalry, even by his adversaries. However, his consolidation of power was not without challenges. This period saw internal dissent and power struggles with rival Muslim factions who were wary of his expanding influence. Critics argue that his actions, while unifying, also involved ruthlessness and suppression of political opponents. The rise to power in Egypt and Syria is intrinsically linked to other aspects of Saladin's life, such as his military campaigns and diplomatic efforts. His initial successes in these regions laid the groundwork for his later endeavors and significantly influenced his legacy as a leader who not only led military campaigns but also prioritized political stability and religious unity. This chapter in his life exemplifies the complexities of medieval politics and the delicate balance Saladin maintained between military conquest and diplomatic maneuvering. The heading, Military Campaigns and the Crusades, delves into a critical aspect of Saladin's life, highlighting his strategic prowess and enduring legacy. Saladin, a Kurdish Muslim leader of the 12th century, played a pivotal role in the medieval Crusades, specifically against the European Crusaders who sought to capture and retain control of Jerusalem and other sacred territories in the Holy Land. This concept is central to understanding Saladin, not just as a ruler, but as a military tactician who unified much of the Muslim world against a common enemy. Saladin's military campaigns were significant because they showcased his ability to lead and strategize on the battlefield while exemplifying chivalry and diplomacy. One of the most notable examples of his military acumen was the Battle of Hattin in 1187, where his forces decisively defeated the Crusader army, paving the way for the recapture of Jerusalem. This victory was crucial, as it marked a turning point in the Crusades, undermining European efforts and re-establishing Muslim control over the Holy Land. Another key example is the subsequent Third Crusade, where Saladin faced off against formidable opponents like Richard the Lionheart. Despite the intense conflict, Saladin's reputation for honor was cemented through his fair treatment of prisoners and civilians, reflecting his commitment to ethical conduct in warfare. This is often highlighted by historians as a testament to his character and the respect he garnered from both allies and adversaries. Opinions supporting Saladin's approach suggest that his emphasis on unity and ethical warfare brought a semblance of stability to the region and improved relations between opposing sides. However, challenges and controversies arise from differing historical perspectives. Some Western narratives have historically portrayed Saladin as the antagonist, emphasizing the clash of civilizations component of the Crusades. Moreover, his campaigns also had their share of failures and strategic retreats, illustrating that his successes were neither straightforward nor uncontested. Saladin's military endeavors were deeply interconnected with his political ambitions and religious convictions. His campaigns were not merely about territorial gains, but were also efforts to consolidate power within the Islamic world and to serve as a unifying figure against external threats. This aspect of his life influences how we understand his leadership and legacy, presenting him as a complex figure whose actions had lasting impacts on Middle Eastern history and Christian-Muslim relations. Conclusion: the military campaigns and the Crusades were not just pivotal events in Saladin's biography, they were defining moments that shaped his enduring legacy as a leader who straddled warfare with diplomacy, leaving a nuanced imprint on history.